In this video, I'm going to be showing you the best center finishing badges in NBA 2K23. So how this is going to work is I have 3 levels here: equip, 50-50, which is if you have extra attribute points, or you can kind of decide which way to go. And then do not equip. I just don't think you need these badges. And so every single badge in the game is in the corner. We're going to go one by one. I'm going to put it where I think, explain a little bit. And just because these are Hall of Fame does not mean I suggest Hall of Fame. If I need to make more videos on like the exact way to kind of do those, I can. But for just this instance, it's just going to be like the ones that you should think about equipping no matter what. So start this off, we have Posterizer. I'm going to put this as an equip badge for centers. You need to be able to get some contact dunks, whether it be standing contact dunks or driving contact dunks. Posterizer is a must-have under the rim to get those finishing moves as a big man. So not too much to talk about with Posterizer, just definitely one of the best badges to get. Second badge, this might be controversial, but I'm going to put Rise Up as a 50-50 badge. I've seen centers get good standing dunks even without Rise Up, and with the badge point system in this game, I do think there's other badges that are better than Rise Up. Not a bad badge, but I do think it's not as utilized. I don't think it needs to be utilized as much as it is. So we're going to put that as a 50-50. Still a great badge to use, but I don't think one of the best ones. Next one is Fast Twitch. I'm actually going to add Fast Twitch to the equipped. I'm going to kind of put it as like the number 1. Fast Twitch is definitely a great badge to have as a center, especially at Rec, Pro-Am, even in Park, but you get those entry passes down low. You need to go up immediately. This is really going to help you get those shots up before a defense has time to contest you. And then matched up with some of these other badges, it really makes it just hard to contest some of these centers on how fast they can get the shot up. And so the next badge will be Bully. And another controversial one, I'm putting Bully on 50-50 as well. Again, it goes back to, it's a tier 3 on most builds. It's going to cost a lot of badge points. And the way that you're kind of attacking as a center, unless you're like a post-up center, which I'm not building this as like an inside post-score center, Bully is not really going to be used a ton. Of course, if you could have it, and that's why it's 50-50, add it. I just think that the way that, you know, most of your competitive centers or like your high-level centers are going to play, Bully's not going to be used. But if you're a post-scorer, absolutely try to use this type of badge. The next badge we're going to look at is going to be Masher. And I'm going to put Masher as a equip badge. Absolutely a must equip badge. I'm going to move it ahead of Posterizer. I think it's probably one of the top badges to have. Just finishing under the rim. So Fast Twitch combined with Masher, and you still get your contacts, all that type of stuff. These 3 badges combined, that's going to make it really hard to stop you in the paint. So Masher's a must-have, finish under the rim. Next badge we're going to look at, give me a Limitless Takeoff. And Limitless Takeoff I'm going to put as an equip badge as well. So with Limitless Takeoff, if you have a decent driving dunk, it's just going to help you. Let's say you're rolling as a center, even in Park, around that free throw line area, you know, just to help you take off at a farther distance as a center and get those dunk animations. Centers are dunking from pretty far out this year. And so if you're able to just take off, you're going to have better animations, and you're one of the best finishers on the court. So it's just going to be really hard to stop you if you have Limitless Takeoff kind of added in. The next badge is going to be Aerial Wizard. And I'm going to add Aerial Wizard ahead of Rise Up and Bully. So with Aerial Wizard, one second, this is the order I suggest. Aerial Wizard is good because as a center, it's going to make those alley-oop windows way bigger, so you'll be able to green dunks off the alley-oop. It's a must-have, in my opinion, as a center. If the defender's playing too high, your point guard can just lob it over them. If you get a roll to the lane, you can get lobs thrown, and then now it's going to help you time those lobs. Also, pretty sure I read that it also affects your putbacks. So like if you grab a rebound and you go back up, I do believe that it boosts it. So Aerial Wizard's great badge to have. Next badge we're looking at is Drop Stepper. I'm going to put a Drop Stepper on Do Not Equipped. And again, I'm not building this as a complete inside post score type of a build. I just think that there's better badges to equip than Drop Stepper. If you got like 1 or 2 badge points left over, which I do still think is better than Drop Stepper, you want to throw it on. But it's not one of the best badges, in my opinion, to equip for this type of center that's not like a post score. This is just kind of a finishing center. So next badge is going to be Slithery Finisher. So Slithery I'm actually going to add to equipped, and this is quite a bit of equipped badges. Slithery is just going to help you attack the lane. So this is tough to build, but you got to have a high finishing type of center. So either you're a pure inside. This is also, I'm going to get into like a popper too. But Slithery's a great way just to avoid the contact as a center, kind of slip through the defense with the ball and be able to get these really good dunk animations that you can get as bigs this year. The next badge is going to be Pro Touch, and absolutely do not equip Pro Touch, because as a center, unless you're timing every single layup that you're getting, so under the rim, if you can time every layup, Pro Touch is great. But that means you're timing every single shot. And a lot of centers this year, when it comes to, if you don't get your dunk animations, honestly, just let 2K take over at that point. But if you run layup timing, run Pro Touch, it's always a great badge to run if you run layup timing. If not, I would suggest not running layup timing as a center, and then do not equip Pro Touch because you have to have layup timing on. Next badge is going to be Dream Shake. I'm going to put on Do Not Equipped. I just don't ever think this badge is great to use in general. Even as a post scorer, Drop Stepper, Post Spin Technician are much better. I'm not saying it's a useless badge altogether, but it's probably one of the least used badges that I know. Next badge, Back Down Punisher. Also do not equip. It has room, of course, like I said, if you're a pure post scorer and you're inside out type of team in Rec and Pro-Am, there's room for it. I'm not building this. I'm building this kind of as a normal kind of meta where you're a center, your point guard is kind of the main ball or main focus of your team. Next one is going to be Post Spin. Also going to be on Do Not Equipped. Same reason I said before. Good badge post score, but not really for this build. Got a lot of badge points up here to use, so really not going to have enough left over. Next badge is going to be Giant Slayer. You're probably one of the biggest builds on the court, so Giant Slayer is not really going to be used ever because you got to be bigger than the defenders. So Giant Slayer is just not really used for a center build in general. Acrobat is going to be a 50-50. Acrobat has its place because the hop steps are not bad. I'm not ever saying to Euro dunk, but it can help you just get to the lane here and there. I'm going to put it on the lower 50-50. It has a use, but not a tremendous use. Like, this is like a situation where if you maybe have one badge point left over, and then think of the situation you get put in if you try to use Euro dunks or Euro layups, and then the hop ones. But if not, there's some on the Do Not Equip that I would move up, but I actually do like Acrobat. I do like to the hop, try to do the hop dunks and things like that as a center. So you catch the ball one dribble hop, maybe you get one of those nice hop dunks. That's why I think Acrobat for me is a 50-50 badge, but I could see where people would disagree and say Acrobat is useless for a center and then drop it to Do Not Equipped. And then the next badge and the last badge is going to be Fearless Finisher. And I'm going to put Fearless also as a 50-50 badge. So Fearless, it's going to help you absorb contact and finish. I just think this badge has a great use as a center, but other badges are more powerful. And at this point, you're really in that area of like, how many badge points do you have? Are you like at 35, whatever, 32 maxed inside, but you need other badges elsewhere? So now we're getting to those territory where the 50-50s are badges that definitely can be used, but now we're just kind of out of badges. So this is the setup for like in a park, rec, pro-am kind of normal meta where your point guard's like your main ball handler and you're just like the finisher type of center. And so if you agree with some of these, I'd like to know in the comments. If you disagree as well, let me know in the comments. I'm always trying to see where the community kind of ranks some of these badges in general. And if I need to do a full breakdown on what level you need to be putting these at, I can do that as well. But if you in general follow this guideline, I think you're going to set yourself up to finish the ball really well as a center in NBA 2K23. I didn't mention it before. My name is Lance. I'm the head coach for Bucks Gaming. In the description below, I have a Discord. I'm looking for great NBA 2K players who want to learn about the 2K League, or just want to connect with me, play Rec, Pro-Am, or anything like that, or just want to learn some tips and tricks and things that we have in there. So if you're interested, like I said, it's in the description below. If this video helped you out, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.